action here again. Multi's the last one alive left in B, and they're going to keep committing to this B push here with the numbers on their side. A really strong flash, though. Multi able to pick up one before kind of flashing himself, and it's going to be another take here. No, Multi not able to handle on to the rest of that, but a good hold for him, able to play out some time, get his teammates over to rotate. A good strong nade there as Rek and 9527 have to work their way in. A nice another kill from Rek, make that maybe 3 with the pistol. No, he does fall. So it's a one-on-one. Terizzle versus 9527. AK versus pistol. 95 versus 11 in the HP category. Bomb now picked up. And 9527, very timid, but still sitting very aggressively kind of towards the front part of the boxes. He's not able to find Terizzle. Oh, so wow. That's exactly what needed to happen if
Definitely.
You're rooting for welfare. I mean, 5-4 the rounds. I mean, reactions just off the bat?
I feel like if I'm welfare, you got to feel really confident in pulling it back that much after such a strong lead from Ace at the beginning. Yeah. I think it seemed like welfare at first had a few players that weren't very confident and didn't really get on the board till that second half of the first half of this match. They just sort of popped out there and showed that, hey, we're actually going to put up a fight, and they brought it to a 5-4, so now it's really close going into the second half.
Yeah, this is exactly what I think welfare needs. They got that 3-round swing there at the end, which speaks, for what momentum they can really push when they're down, and that's absolutely crucial as you look at the long-term value playing in such a prestigious tournament. But Ace Gaming seemingly a little bit slow when it came to rotating around the map and defense there by the end. I mean, they definitely were pressured out of some bomb sites, but the rotations weren't as crisp, I felt.
Yeah, definitely. It seemed like sort of 4 or 5 rounds in, Ace was actually slipping out their own game. They seemed to be the king of the rotates up until this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
But welfare sort of turned it around on them and got those early game advantages, and it really paid off for them.
So it's going to be the opposite here. We're going to have Ace Gaming on offense. They are rocking 2 scopes. Malice able to pick up the first kill on Fresh, who is the opposing sniper. So that's a big start for them as we look forward. Again, that first round score was 5 rounds to 4. So once again, if you're Ace Gaming, you still have to win all 5. If you're the other side rooting for welfare, they need to make sure they get 5 and not give up more than 4. Otherwise, we're going to see an overtime or just an overall map loss. So we'll see what happens here. Again, looks like the focus is a little bit leaning towards a bomb site, as we do see Pimp Them Nikes is actually making his way through the middle, but 9527 not retreating at all from his spot here in the middle, making sure he can lock down any crosses, able to find the headshot there on Pimp Them Nikes. On the other side of things, we'll just get on board with Terizzle, who's going to see a lot of action over here by A if he's not careful. He does have some support from up top, and that's going to be Laundry. Machiavelli from the tunnels is going to try to hang out by middle as much as possible, but Pimp Them Nikes now looks like he just rejoined, and he's having some connection problems, so we might see a pause here, but he's joining in and out. At the moment, though, no official commits as far as where they're going offensively for Ace Gaming. Blitzed, who we're on board with now, does have the bomb, and it looks like they're actually going to rotate back around and push the middle a little bit, which was exactly the right strategy as far as how to pull this one through, because there's not a lot of presence there. Machiavelli is closest, but he's all the way back by his spawn in that hut. So he's going to, whoa, good shot there from 9527 as Machiavelli was about to breathe right into his face. Now 5-2 in favor of numbers of Ace Gaming, and it looks like this is a really great spot for 9527 to be. He's going to be able to watch this cross very nicely if anyone comes through the spawn, which is not going to be the case as Laundry and Terizzle are going to come through the middle, but 9527 still locked in with that hard scope, checking both sides frequently. He's going to find one here if he holds the scope. Yep, there's one. Nice headshot, just barely over the crack. Not able to find the second quite yet, and Laundry able to make him pay for double peeking on that one. Good play from him, but the bomb has been planted, and it is on one-on-4 situation. The clutch is going to have to be absolutely huge, but no, Malice coming right through the window there, able to pick up that last kill on Laundry. So a slow offensive play, but a very comprehensive and complete one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they go for an aggressive one now like they did against ABC on their first round of that T presence.
That's exactly what I was thinking, to kind of throw them off a little bit and see if they can go. It looks like that might be the case, as there's a lot of nades, smokes, and flashes heading out towards the A site with the support from Malice's scope sitting a little bit further back. But I'm not sure if we're going to see quite a full push, because 9527 still with his scope sitting by the middle, and Multi hanging out and watching the flank over by B side in case anybody overextends there, which Fresh might actually, no, he actually fell back. The map looked a little bit longer than it is. Thought he might find a little corner peek there, but not able to be the case. So yeah, it's another slow offensive play at the moment. We'll just kind of jump on board and see where everyone is. The focus is still over towards A. 9527 scope is now currently turned into a knife as he's pushing a little bit closer up towards middle, and actually Malice is right there with him. So interesting to see. 9527 now has an M4. So it looks like they switched out right as he came back through spawn again. And Malice and 9527 able to work up this middle together as the focus still seems to be hanging out over towards this A side, but no real aggressive moves past the halfway point of the map quite yet for either team as we near the 110 mark as far as round time goes. Blitz still with the bomb, and that M4 is still chilling over here by the middle. Not much resistance going to be felt here, though, as there's really nobody there defensively. The only one closest to the middle, it looks like, might be Machiavelli, and he's sitting in spawn. Fresh with the scope is watching over towards that B side, though, and Mal's able to find the first pick of the match finally, and it looks like there's going to be a call from Fresh that 3 players are coming from the middle underneath the tunnels, and it's going to be a total take right here. Machiavelli trying to do what he can from the spawn, but there's not a lot happening as Fresh taken out by Malice's pistol before dropping himself. The bomb has now been planted, and it looks like it's going to have to be a retake in some fashion from the lopsided side. Now it's going to be just Terizzle having to get in by himself. Able to find headshots on Rec, but he's going to have to do a lot more work as the bomb is down. He totally missed that smoke trying to flash his way through, and he's going to actually be limited in vision here, but no one from Ace Gaming picking anything. Lots of crossfire happening there, though, from 9527 on top of the ledge, as well as Blitz from just a little bit further back. So 2-0 now, makes it 7-4 total in round score. Looking at the scoreboard, it is Malice with the scope leading his team in 9527, who's been dancing back and forth between the scope and the M4. Do you think that, him going back and getting the M4 instead is throwing off Welfare just a little bit?
I think, yeah, when you're, especially on offense, if you don't know what to expect on the defensive side, it's going to be really hard to react to those situations. And I think changing the guns up is really going to throw Welfare off and make them maybe slip up and give Ace an advantage here, but as I say that, Welfare has taken advantage on this round. Yeah,
that's for sure. It actually now is evened up after Blitz able to pay back Machiavelli for some of the damage he put in earlier in this round. Fresh with the scope, playing defensively in his spawn. And actually now 2 players falling. Terizzle going absolutely huge. Rec, last player alive, as he was able to pay Terizzle off for those 2 kills as it puts his team down now 2-1 in terms of numbers, and the bomb has been dropped. So Fresh and Laundry, last 2 alive. Rec chilling by B bomb site, and there is Fresh sitting on the balcony, able to hear some footsteps, it seemed like, as he had the harsh scope on Rec, now giving them the much crucial round they need, making it 7-5 in round score. Do you think this could probably be the change in momentum that we need to see if you're rooting for Welfare?
Definitely. I think Welfare in the first half took way too long to get around on the board, so I think 2-1's definitely not a bad place for them to be in. I think if they continue with this momentum, they should be able to pull it back here.
Interestingly enough, this is our first strong push we've seen across the map as 4 players from Ace Gaming have made their way into the B-side tunnels, and they're going to get directly behind most of the front line of B for Welfare. Yeah, both players that are defending B, which was Fresh and Pimpton Nike, sitting over into the apartment. So aggressive plays from both sides, and now it's just a lot of trading back and forth. Rec picking some fights over here as everyone from Welfare getting a frag this round. It seems like the bomb has been dropped, and it's just up to Rec and 9527. Scratch that, just 9527 with a 4-on-1 situation. Right there, very interesting. We've seen a lot of defensive play, very passive defensive play so far from Welfare, and Ace tries to counter that with a nice aggressive push. They focus just on inside the B site, but that time through, Welfare deciding to play a little more aggressively on the B side completely takes Ace Gaming by surprise, as they did not expect that many players in that B apartment house.
Definitely. I think we're almost seeing an unsure Ace in some of these situations. It feels like a lot of their pushes, especially this half, have been sort of delayed at the last minute type deals where they don't really have a confident strategy going in and they try to take it, and it seems a little bit sloppy on there. And because I've seen Welfare getting entry frags time and time again, and it seems like they just are a little too late on these rounds, and then they end up in a situation like this where 9527 in a 1v4.
Yeah, so far he's picked up 2 though, and some nice scopes. Almost picked up a 3rd there. It looked like it was Pimp Dem Nikes, who was playing a little bit closely, and he's not opting to pick up the AK, was just directly behind him. He's opting to put the pistol. There's a nice 3rd kill. This could be the 4th one. Machiavelli, last one alive, playing up top. 9527 needs to see him. Oh, does not quite check that enough, as he was not sure at all where Machiavelli was. Almost our most exciting clutch of the day, but not quite.
Not quite. He was able to just secure it there at the end, but if you're Welfare, you got to be wondering how it even came that close. Almost losing a 1v4, that's going to make you a little bit nervous.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen a couple of teams in those situations when you're up in numbers and, you're on defense, just hide, essentially. Like, put themselves in positions where you have to make the other guy make a move. And against the scope, trying to peek those longer corners, probably not the smartest play for them. So that was probably most of the reason why 9527 was able to look more successful in that situation. They gave him shots to take, and he was able to make them. So interesting to see he is not going with the scope this round. Actually, there's no scopes, but a lot of action happening over by bomb site A. Terizzle finding 2. A little late to the party over here. Able to find a 3rd just barely around the corner there on Malice. So now 9527, who is the top scorer on his team at 7-3, is now left to have to make himself 12-3 if they want this round, which is going to require a 5-person ace. And he needs to find the bomb, which is directly around this corner. Not sure if anyone has seen it yet. He is in a spot where he can make something happen. Able to find Machiavelli's shadow through that smoke, it looked like. So there's 1 kill. Knows where Laundry is. Going to make some pre-fire there, but no, Laundry will peek out and get the headshot right around that corner. 3-2 now in favor of the defensive side of Welfare, which evens the score up.
Yeah, it's 7-7 now. So Welfare doing a great job of pulling back. I think something interesting to note is that we're seeing an almost role reversal on frag order. Turazel was actually on the bottom last half, and Pimp the Nikes was on the top. Now you see Pimp on the bottom, not really doing a whole lot. But as I say that, he does pick up a 2K there.
It's usually the way that goes. Whenever you make a comment like that, they always say, hey, I'm fine. I'm fine. So it is going to be a 3-on-3 after some quick action over the middle. We haven't been able to really jump on board with much of that quite yet. Machiavelli now making some moves across the middle still, as there's pressure being put here defensively as much as possible. A 3-on-2. Looks like the defense will convene over by the spawn alley. It looks like the bomb being carried by Malice will sit over towards the middle alleys, leaning towards B. Blitzed hanging out underneath the balcony will be able to support as much as possible and peek this window, which he will be able to find somebody if he's not super careful at this window. He does know exactly where Machiavelli is, and they are going to push on him. A nice headshot killed there, as it was a little bit of a double team. Now a 2-on-2. A is going to be the focus. Terizzle and Laundry hanging together over by the middle, going to rotate their way back through the middle alleys, trying to work their way to the front doors. No bomb drop yet, as Malice does have it on himself. He will now drop it just behind the staircase area. Blitzed underneath will help out as much as possible from the staircase. A good spot for them to be as they're playing both dimensions, high and low, which Laundry and Terizzle are going to have a hard time breaking through. Terizzle looks to be trying to go with alley, the side alley over here. Laundry with some supportive smokes and flashes over the top as they will jump in. And oh man, Laundry almost getting fragged out by Terizzle a little bit, as it doesn't look like they know exactly how they're going to play this. Blitz did retreat upwards to help his buddy Malice out, and now it's a 1-on-2 bomb planted. Both corners have been taken. He's going to have to find a good shot here. Able to, no, I thought he was for sure going to take him out, but no, wow. Malice with literally 1 HP. I'm sure that Terizzle's sitting there going, what?
Yeah, it's just
how did that happen?
One of those plays where you got to shake it off and wonder how you didn't do that. 1 HP more damage that would have got
exactly.
you that round. But
especially with the AK so close range, he put a good 3 or 4 bullets into him, it seemed like, so I'm sure he's a little confused. Not that would have mattered too much, because Blitz from the back corner definitely had him dead to rights and picked out pretty far at the distance there. So 3-3 the round total for the second half, making that now 8-7 the score in favor of Ace Gaming. And it looks like off the bat we're going to have Ace Gaming, who's still rolling on offense with 2 scopes once more. 9527 hanging back towards the spawn with his scope checking over the middle. Interestingly enough, on defense we're not seeing any scopes. Everyone's hanging out with assault rifles, and it looks like they're going to opt to play mostly close quarters. Terizzle behind these boxes over here at A, able to take a little bit of a flash, but not too much. But offensively, we're seeing a little bit more of a slow B side push as they're making their way up the apartments. Fresh will probably be the first person to see action with his M4 over here on the top side of B, depending on the direction that Ace Gaming decides to go. So far, it does look that they are going to favor towards dropping down through the staircase to where Fresh will be the first person to see action. He's going to see a lot of it, too. There is one, the gold headshot directly through the center of the head, able to pick off one. He does wisely fall back, although he does take a nade directly to the dome. So Terizzle going to have to rotate all the way back through. Same with Laundry, as it was just an overwhelming force of Ace Gaming able to swarm and take over B without any issue. But they do know that Blitz is hanging out over towards the A side, so this is why Laundry's sitting over here towards the middle. He is able, wow, nice headshot there. That was an absolutely crucial pick, because that would have just completely thwarted them having been fired on for both the front and the back. So it gives them more of an opportunity here to come back in and retake and get the defuse, as it is a 3-on-2, dropping down from the 4-on-2. Looks like Terizzle and Laundry will stick together, and it's going to be all 3 players for Ace Gaming hanging out by the boxes. I wonder if they'll go for a ninja defuse here. No, not quite. Malice able to take out one, Multi the other. Little M brothers from Ace Gaming able to secure that bomb site without any issue. Now 4-3. Leaving only one more round now that Ace Gaming needs to win this map.
Yeah, sitting on match point here. I feel like that 3v2 that Welfare sort of threw out the window might have been the death of them here, because now Ace is looking to run away with it, as I think that gave him a little bit of momentum winning that 2v3 to sort of finish this off.
Yeah, absolutely. Pimp Them Nike is rejoining the, I'm not sure the clear score or what. I'm not sure if he has connection issues. He's been in and out for most of the game. But they definitely need to find some way to make some momentum happen here. And there is a nice